People. Say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Call it news with a buzz. Do you ever wonder what is the motivational factor that would make anybody want to be a politician, an MP, in politics in Jamaica? What would really drive somebody to deal with the darkness and the complexity of the situation that Jamaica is in, meaning we broke like F-U-C-K. Sometimes you see these politicians out and about, and of course sometimes they are doing it for show. Sometimes when they are asked questions, they give the politically correct answer, because like them say, a promise is a comfort to a fool. That is all the politicians have and will deliver most of the time. However, the truth and the fact is that it is a hard thing, because you have to deal with all these demands, all these wants, limited budgets. I am going to show you a video that is making its round all over social media with this lady badding up your Prime Minister Andrew Holness in the worstest way. I am going to assume that this is in either Portland or St. Thomas, one of those places that the road construction and the dust hazard has been KILLING people for the longest time. Take a listen, take a look at the beautiful bean footage, and then I'll give my piece. Now people, if you was to assume what your Prime Minister is saying to himself is like, Jesus God, and next day again I deal with this BS. How me get myself in a this predicament? How me catch myself in a this bind? Why do I get up every day? What really motivates me? Now people, do you think that these politicians and even your Prime Minister is motivated by making Jamaica a better place, wanting a brighter future for our kids, just wanting better, wanting to be a better person, wanting to be honest, wanting to help the people while getting pay, which they are getting properly paid right now, double, triple in some cases? So therefore, that might be motivation. Do you think it is all about that almighty dollar? Do you think when they do the analysis, the pros and the cons, risk analysis, and say to themselves, yeah, I probably have to tell a couple of dry lies. I probably have to promise these people some things in which I won't deliver. But at the end of the day, I am getting properly compensated. I am making buku cash. Every time that I talk, every move that I make or we make, I am going to get paid off the top, off the rip, off the BOTTOMLINE. May I go get paid? Because people, let's not get it twisted. Let's not get it misconstrued. These people know, say, listen, all I have to do is make all sorts of promises. All I have to do is get in the link. That means wherever there's any sorts of big contract for the government, I am also getting some sorts of money that is shaved off. So people, the motive in all of this is money, more money, more money, without a shadow of a doubt. It is never about the people. It is all about financial gain, getting okay and come back out rich, retire, run we go to Florida, run we go to Europe, go somewhere with millions of dollars of the people's purse. People, that is the fact, without a shadow of a doubt. Point blank and period. Further on in the news, this is an update about dancehall artist Mad Cobra, Mr. Brown, that got busted in South Carolina. Now when that incident occurred, it was making its round all over social media. For those of you that don't know, he was driving his big black BMW SUV, speeding in South Carolina, when he was pulled over by the sheriff deputy. When them search the vehicle, them find 2 kilo, 2 birds, and also a Beretta 9mm with a whole heap of rounds. He was charged. However, he was given bail. That bail amount was $125,000. People in the streets, that would be a big hit of a mil. 1/8 of a million US, 125,000. Now people are said to themselves, then hold on a minute there. Him have big song, top 15 Billboard. He must be getting some sorts of royalty off that. How him get broke, or is it greed? Well people, here are the facts. This man is not broke. And this is based on conversation that I've had with friends that live in Florida, close to him, close affiliates that know about his daily routine. This man lives in a place named Plantation, and this is based, the address is already out there, so therefore I am not giving any information that is not out there. That place, Plantation, is close to Sawgrass Mills Mall. In the recession, or not really recession, during the Big C situation, when the markets and houses, real estate was down, you could not get a place in where he lives, gated community, for less than $1 million US. $1 million US equivalent 150 something million Jamaican dollars. That was when the market was low. So therefore, he was not broke. If you say him greedy, that makes much more sense. I noticed in the comment section, some people were even saying, just for sake, suppose him just borrowed the vehicle and the tow lock happened to be there and the Beretta happened to be there. People make mistake, but people don't make that type of mistake. As a matter of fact, it was actually his registered BMW, his tool from Florida. I am also guessing it would also be registered to him, since he did not have any sort of criminal record. However, it is criminal when you have 2 birds and then you have a tool going across the state line. It is called trafficking, and also using a tool during a dangerous act or a dangerous crime, which is trafficking. So people are saying, or I was saying, this have to be some sort of rookie move. Maybe him get a link and the link give him 2 birds and say, alright, try your luck. Go up north and see what you can do. And I don't know, even if South Carolina was his final destination, he could have been going even further up north, but him get hold based on the fact that he was speeding. However, I am now hearing that, listen, this man in this business for a very, very long time, starting from about 2000 or so. So people, we are now in 2023. So therefore, he has been pushing his luck. And you know what they say, every day that the bucket goes to the well, one day the bottom are got dropouts. So people, it seems as if they finally caught up to him. The law of possibility or probability caught up to him. So people are saying, then hold on a minute. Oh, him get catch with 2 birds and him get out already. Well, it is $125,000. So say for example, one of those birds is 40, 40 and 40, that are 80. So therefore, them pretty much put 50 more %, meaning the judge. You see the difference. How many times do you see in a Jamaica people get whole or are accused of $200-300 million worth of crime and then them get $1 million? So therefore, less than 0.5% of what the crime is estimated at. However, like in America, them not play. Worse places like South Carolina, down south them call it, they are going to fling the book and the hammer at you. So therefore, for him making bail based on his links and even based on his own assets, even if he was to use the assets in his house or the equity in his house, he could get bail, and he could also go through a bail bondsman and him pay him, call it said $12,000, meaning 1/10 of what it is worth, and then that bail bondsman put up the 100%. That bail bondsman make 10% off it, off the rip. So that is how they do it. I am also getting information that, listen, the man get kind of greedy because here we know, him a finance, him a facilitate some FUCKRY in a Jamaica, Brayton, in a Portmore, to be specific. And people me can't validate or verify. However, when people in a law enforcement tell you this and other people on the street tell you, same name a call up over Brayton, I say yes, him have some sorts of top man title and he is financing all sorts of tool, can't validate or verify. However, that is word that is out there from many people who know, who no. So the people must say, then hold on a minute, this man have money, this man live in a gated community, $1 million, $2 million, $3 million house, the lease. So therefore, him no broke, him no desperate. This is just his normal routine. Not only does he own a very popular studio in a Miami, I think could be Fort Lauderdale, based on the information that everybody goes to. Everybody hang out there. DRUGS dealer, all sorts of top shotter, all sorts of people there. So therefore, it is not as if this was a one-off thing. This is something that he has been doing for a very long time. However, people, it seems as if it caught up to him. Call it karma or whatever it is. At the end of the day, when he does his risk analysis, the pros and the cons, him have to ask himself, did all of that money that he made throughout that 2 decades or so, 20 years or so, is it going to be enough for what he is facing? Based on the information that is out there, public knowledge, if you are held with over 400 grams, which is less than a half of bird, and you talk about 4 times that, it is 25 to maybe 35 years minimum mandatory, southern style at that them call it. So therefore, him have to analyze his situation and wonder to himself, am I going to sink? Am I going to swim? Am I going to assist? Am I going to cooperate? Or am I going to take it like a G and do the time and come out when I am 90-year-old? People, let me know in the comment section, what do you think the decision that he is going to make? Point blank and period. Further on in the news, this is an update about a story that I spoke about yesterday. I spoke about places like Spanish Town, Montego Bay, St. Catherine, Kingston. Anywhere there is a bus park, there is all sorts of extortion by all sorts of dons, by all sorts of gangsters. However, what a lot of people don't know is that the busman, the minibus, the taximan, the jota man them, the gangster extort them, and then those gangsters get extorted by the popo. Not the little common foul popo, big popo. The same thing exists as it pertains to Montego Bay at the airports. There are a whole bunch of extortionists, popo, that work at the station at that airport, meaning Sangster's International Airports. One of the more notorious ones is a man called O'Connor, Constable O'Connor. He is as bad as it gets. He is a piece of ish. I mean, he gives everybody a hard time. People are come for drop off. People are come for do anything. Taxi man, he is always on the hustle. So whenever we see these videos with taxi man and popo a clash, sometimes it is bad mind. Sometimes it is because them a try extort the people and the people don't want to pay them, so therefore they give them a hard time. As it pertains to Mr. O'Connor, and Mr. O'Connor, I told you I had an experience with you, not carrying any sorts of feelings. However, I realized you was kind of hype. And when that incident happened, I was recording everything. However, I never get to you yet. You know what them say. You don't drink the soup when it's hot. You wait till it's cold when the time is right. The time is presently right. Mr. O'Connor, sir, because of so many complaints that was brought against you at Indicom, because of so much people are say you try extort them, you are the corruptest cop in a Montego Bay right at the airport. It is said that you resign, cannot confirm. However, I think it is a fact. However, I am realizing that it was a conflict of interest. Your interest was never to make sure that these taximen, which sometimes are rogue, were kept in check and do the right thing. We know so them indiscipline. However, it seems as if you are even more rogue than the roguest taximan and the roguest popo. You are as bad as it gets. What you were doing, you were hustling, and when you realize that them kind of clamp down on you, you run go resign. I guess you did not want to lose that whatever money that you get after you're on the force for a little time. So you resign. So you left before the fire came down on you. However, we still keep check. We still get information. We hear say you buy a highest bus since then, and you there must say Sea Gardens or one of them hotel or whatever. You hustle on the hip strip, you hustle on the top road. However, like the saying goes, karma is a itch. So Mr. O'Connor, this is one of your vehicles right here, PH4119. Anybody see this vehicle, I would recommend that you don't take it. And even if you do, tell them that TJB says hi. If you look at the vehicle properly, you can see Juta Tours MC764. MC meaning MOBAY chapter 764, I guess. That is the identification number. So there it was. You was giving these people a hard time. Just to find out now it is bad mind. Just to find out it is a conflict of interest. You wanted what these people had, so therefore you was extorting them, and now the tables turn. I am exposing your corrupted, crooked ASS. Remember, like me say, there's a thing that is called karma. Every dog has its day. We will be watching you because we hear you are involved in other stuff. Fix up yourself or else you know exactly what is going to happen. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like this, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. And last but not least, please subscribe to my next channel. It is called Jamaica Dancehall Source. I'll be pinning the link to that channel in the description of this video. Bless up.